COVID-19 began sweeping across the U.S. in April, New York City quickly became epicenter of the outbreak.
We are dying. I feel like a sheep going to slaughter.
Some 240 miles away in a quiet town in Maryland is Fort Detrick, where the U.S. government conducts experiments on dangerous pathogens, including close siblings of the novel coronavirus. As a military research base studying infectious diseases, its history has been enshrouded in much secrecy. In 1942, it became the birthplace of America's secret biowarfare research facility. Bacteria studied in the biological warfare labs at Fort Detrick included anthrax, a deadly and highly infectious agent. During World War II, the U.S. government ordered 1 million anthrax bombs from the base. When the Cold War began, the CIA used the base to conduct secret mind control experiments on humans that often involved unwitting American citizens and Soviet prisoners. Shielded behind national security, military scientists freely tested cruel and illegal procedures on human subjects while searching for truth serum, as well as other drugs used in assassinating foreign leaders. In the end, the project ended in abysmal failure and it was shut down by the U.S. government in the 1970s. Since the early 1960s, Fort Detrick also became the host of high-end research facilities, including the U.S. Army Medical Research Institute of Infectious Diseases, also known as USAMRIID. USAMRIID conducts researches on some of the most dangerous pathogens known to mankind, such as Ebola. In September 2001, letters laced with anthrax were mailed to U.S. government and media offices. 5 people died after opening the deadly letters, while 17 others became infected with the dangerous bacteria. The 2 main suspects were both former Fort Detrick researchers. In July 2019, research at USAMRIID was temporarily halted due to safety concerns by the CDC. The CDC detected at least 6 violations of federal regulations, including critical containment procedures. The inventory of the selected agents in the lab was also inaccurate. Moreover, there were leaks caused by a dysfunctional wastewater decontamination system. A spokeswoman confirmed these lapses, though she told the public that the leaks were limited to within the lab. The most suspicious part of the CDC inspection report was its large redactions, leaving the involved agents in the 2 breaches a myth to the public. The CDC cited national security reasons for not releasing further details. Carol Krim of the Maryland's House of Delegates was among those who openly doubted the report and asked for more transparency over the health and safety risks posed by the institute. Besides, 4 doctors from the local advisory committee wrote an open letter to condemn the Army's lack of transparency. Experts warned irresponsible actions by the Army make these high-containment labs a high risk to local residents. By the end of March 2020, the CDC restored USAMRIID's labs to full capacity. Days before they were reopened, Fort Detrick had received a sample of SARS-CoV-2, the virus that causes COVID-19, from the CDC. The Army argued that since SARS-CoV-2 has not been added to the selected agents list, it does not fall under the same restrictions as other deadly pathogens. On April 6, the Department of Defense announced that Fort Detrick labs were performing COVID-19 vaccine tests on non-human primates. 4 days later, Fort Detrick's communications director denied the labs had started any vaccine testing. An official report shows the number of high-level biological labs in the U.S. increased from 400 in 2004 to 1,500 in 2014. Yet, there still lacks a coherent federal government standard for designing, operating, and maintaining these risky labs. The number of reported accidents also grew rapidly from just 16 in 2004 to 128 in 2008 and 269 in 2010. Besides the hundreds of biological labs in the country, the U.S. has built over 200 military biological laboratories in 25 foreign countries. To this day, over 170 of these labs continue to operate in the shadows in unknown locations around the world. As more revelations pointing to the chronic safety issues of these labs, the question becomes, should the world become an experimental playground of Washington's bioresearch adventurers?